and trying to arrest and persecute pro-life groups. These are authoritarians. The sky is the limit. Of course, if busloads of people pull up during the shutdown the first day, they pull guns on them and kidnap them for 2 days and cuss at them and scream at them. I won't go to national parks now. They've won. They're there. They hate you. They're arrogant. It's their property, not you. You work for them and see it's an unnatural system where they have unlimited fiat money. Fiat currency always creates hyperinflation, except if it's a selective economy and only given to government agencies, select corporations, and groups. Everybody else goes into a depression. And then they've got all the extra money for their system to go like cancer. So it's like cancer shutting off blood to everything else except itself. And now we're like a dog that weighs 50 pounds dragging a 400-pound cancer around. And the cancer hates us so much, it's trying to kill us. It'll die, of course, too, but it doesn't matter. Its instinct is, I want it all, I want it all, I hate you, because it looks at the dog and sees it has a spirit. Cancer's, with its little amoeba eyes looking at the dog and hating it, even though the dog's heart's barely beating and it's trying to kill it as fast as it can. This is what tyrannies do. Just how many TSA agents have announced, I'm God, and gone crazy and stripped naked and begun running around the airports? It happens all the time. Because who else would want to sit there and dominate people 8 hours a day while being fried by radiation? Now, that said, here's the big news in this segment, the next, with Anthony Gucciardi, and I brought him in here today. We broke this a few weeks ago. Back on September 3rd, I guess a month ago now, time really flies. Exclusive high-level source confirms secret U.S. nuclear warhead transfer. This is a very dangerous report. This is a real whistleblower of the highest magnitude. When people go to prison, people get killed now for just speaking out against the dear leader, okay? And that's why we need your prayers, folks, and realize how important this is. And by the grace of God, we're still here. Because we're so prominent, they're worried about crushings. They still may do that. Exclusive, high-level source confirms secret U.S. nuclear warhead. And again, if you just joined us, Anthony Gucciardi break down. Now we have another top nuke general. Over all the missiles in the U.S. has been relieved for, quote, loss of trust by the same guy. Tell us what's happened.
How can they get that if they don't have any passport?
Go ahead and start over. Your mic wasn't on. Go ahead.
Okay, so as you may know, when we broke this on September 3rd, basically it was a bombshell anyway, and our source stopped responding to us, which was concerning to me. But the reality is that not only did Lindsey Graham come out later on that day and say there could be a nuclear strike in South Carolina if we don't go to war with Syria, if we don't go to war with Iran, but then the second top commander of the nuclear arsenal got suspended over gambling, which is a BS charge. He said he used fake chips or something like that.
But then the police said it didn't happen and there was no charges.
Right, but here's the thing that no one's looking at. Both of these were anonymous from insiders in the government reporting to the news agencies. They didn't want to report on this. The government did not want this. Same with this top news.
As usual, you hit the key. We're not even supposed to know all these top generals are being removed in some type of coup.
They're probably firing more of them, but we're not even allowed to know. These are whistleblowers inside of government going to the news organizations. Right here it says as well that they did not want to announce on September 3rd the suspension because it remains under investigation, and they weren't ready to go official with it.
Wait a minute. So this happened right when we reported this?
This happened on the same day. That's the next thing. People don't even understand.
Oh, my gosh. I didn't even...
Yeah. Look at this very bottom of the article. It says they didn't want to report it on September.
Daily Mail. Let's show that.
The same day, weeks later, that exact day, that guy was suspended over a lie over a lottery charge.
What do you think's really going on here?
He didn't want to do it. He did not want to transfer this nuke off record with no transfer papers secretly to South Carolina because he knew what might go on. And then this guy, I believe, was more like a whistleblower, and they need to shut him up. And it's the same guys firing all of them. The same guys that are doing all the bidding in Iraq and everything.
Oh, my gosh. Unbelievable. I can't believe we're in the middle of this. We'll be right back.
From the makers of Block It Pocket, we bring you a serious message about the health risks associated with cell phones and wireless devices. Studies have shown that long-term exposure can contribute to an assortment of health risks. Block It Pocket offers you 2 new products designed to help alleviate your concerns. See these 2 remarkable products at blockitpocket.com. Call 888-315-9618. Free shipping to the lower 48. Blockitpocket.com. Enhancing health and privacy.
Did you know there are 3 million edible food plants on Earth, and none have the nutritional value of the hemp plant? HempUSA.org offers you hemp protein powder. It does not contain chemicals or THC, is non-GMO, and is 100% gluten-free. Hemp protein powder burns fat, builds muscle, contains 53% protein, and feeds the body the nutrients it needs. Call 888-910-4367 and see what our powder seeds powder can do for you. Only at HempUSA.org.
Big business has discovered the preparedness market, and that makes it difficult to know where to go and who to trust. MyPatriotSupply.com is owned and operated by patriots just like you. Has the best prices on storable food, non-GMO seeds, water filtration devices, home canning equipment, survival and self-reliance books, and more. MyPatriotSupply.com has old-fashioned values and the absolute best customer service in the industry. Look for the deal of the day. Unique, affordable survival supplies that fit anyone's budget. Get same-day shipping on all orders and free shipping on orders over $49. Call 866-229-0927. 866-229-0927. Or visit MyPatriotSupply.com for emergency preparedness, self-reliance, and food independence. Shop with a name you know and a name you can trust. Before it's time to survive, it's time to prepare. MyPatriotSupply.com.
Isn't Wi-Fi great? You can browse the web anywhere. Coffee shops, airports, libraries. But using public Wi-Fi means that people can spy on you. And it's easy as, yep, they can access your data at the touch of a button. Seriously, even your internet service provider can see every website you ever go to. Private internet access has got your back. How? Well, it's kind of nerdy, but to put it simply, spies and companies that track you don't like us one bit. Create an encrypted tunnel so that nobody can spy on you. We also provide IP cloaking, which frees you from geographic restrictions when you're traveling. Register today and disappear online the way it was supposed to be. Go to privateinternetaccess.com right now, because your family's privacy is worth it. That's privateinternetaccess.com.
The good news is American satisfaction with the U.S. government drops to all-time low, down to 18 to 17%, depending on which one of the poll indexes you look at from Gallup. And it's even worse than that. So they don't care now that you know they're criminals. They're just coming for you. But there's a throw the bums out movement that's just, oh, throw everybody out. No, throw the globalists out. Throw the authoritarians out. Put in the Rand Pauls. Put on the Justin Amashas. Put in the Walter Joneses. Put in the patriots that are against all of this. Throw out the Governor Browns of California. The globalists are in a race to gut this country because they know you're waking up across the board. Now, Anthony Gucciardi, you're going to have a big report out on this at Infowars.com. I'm glad we've gone back and looked at the old nuke story with the new top nuke general being fired. That now, weeks after we first reported this, it comes out this guy was fired the day after we reported this. And then now, let's go over it. Let's go over it.
All right, there's a lot of information. Again, this is all just breaking, so it's hard to go and sift through it. But once we're finding out more, it makes more sense. So the original guy, we reported the missing nuke report with the super high-level military intelligence who's now not responding to us anymore on September 3rd. Then Lindsey Graham that same day came out and said there's going to be a nuclear strike, it looks like, if we don't go against Syria and Iran in South Carolina. But on the same day, the second in command, it looks like, was suspended, if not fired, later on the same day we reported this. But then it gets worse. They didn't announce that. It turns out they didn't want to until an anonymous leaker inside the government, it's one of these documents, basically came out and said it was happening. And then at the end of the article, it says they didn't want to do it they didn't want to announce it on September 3rd because they were still investigating. But then this gets worse. So now, that was the second guy, right, on September 3rd. This is the guy, general in charge of nukes, the top guy. And here we have the report. Not only was he fired, but they actually didn't want to say anything about it. The officials disclosed the matter to the AP on condition of anonymity.
That's in the Associated Press, that there's a secret purge of generals going on, and that's what I said at the time.
They found an email about it. Someone forwarded an email about it. It must have been ultra-classified. They didn't want to announce this. So they want to fire all these guys off record, behind the scenes, Black Ops style, and just get rid of them.
And then later they can die of a fast-acting cancer.
Yes, exactly.
Or have a heart attack.
But get this. People were saying, oh, it's just routine, it's the ICBM inspection stuff.
Oh, yeah, they're saying that at Infowars.com. The operatives are.
Look, here's the exact response. The decision was made by James Kowalski, and basically this guy's in charge. An internal email revealed that it was due to a temporary duty assignment that this guy failed to do on that exact same time. So what was that temporary duty assignment the guy failed to do that would fire him over? I mean, this guy was in charge of fleets. He was in charge of...
When you fire generals, it's usually congressional hearings.
I mean, you hardly ever fire them. You give them, honorary service and everything like that. This guy's, damn, you're done. You're fired. You are fired. Instantly.
And it's the guys all in charge of the nukes.
Yeah, the guy. Not the
With Graham running around the night after we set her the night saying, oh, my gosh, the nuke's going to blow us up. And the nukes are going there.
Yes. It's so obvious. And it's like, it's one thing if we just had the nuclear intelligence, if we had Graham coming out and saying we're just getting all these guys.
Yeah, here's the deal. Our source didn't know why they were disappearing these nukes. They weren't even supposed to be there.
No.
These are secret Black Ops nukes disappearing. Everybody's freaking out over it. We don't know why. And then all of a sudden the top generals all start disappearing and being fired. I mean, this is incredible. And what does your gut tell you?
I think the first one refused to do it. This second guy either refused to do it or was a whistleblower, but I mean, I don't need to guess. It says he failed to do a temporary duty assignment. Temporary duty assignment such as moving the nuclear weapon, which was unsigned for, to South Carolina. I mean, why else would you fire a top nuclear commander and then have this other guy in a phony charge, lottery tickets or gambling or whatever?
And they put the most trusted over these, the most sane, the best backgrounds. And notice they probably said, we're not doing this. Because, I mean, I know the nukes disappeared. I mean, that's real.
Yeah.
It's all happening. I don't know what's going on.
We're putting the cover on it. They might not be able to do anything if we keep doing it. But the fact of the matter is they look like they...
Man, I tell you, this feels super dangerous. I'm telling you.
This is GCN, the Genesis Communications Radio Network.
Ben Swan here. We are winning. Alternative media is challenging and beating mainstream media, and it's imperative for the liberty movement to continue this momentum. However, independent media win without the support of sponsors and advertisers like Diamond Gusset Jeans. For over 26 years, Diamond Gusset has been owned by patriots with products designed for patriots. When I put on a pair of Diamond Gusset jeans, I enjoy the quality, comfort, durability, and style. Most importantly, my wife really likes them as well. From the cotton to the last stitch, Diamond Gusset bucks the industry standard by producing a 100% all-American product. Another reason for my endorsement. So Ben Swan is asking you to go visit DiamondLiberty.com right now. With promo code BEN, you will receive a 20% off discount on a pair of male or female Diamond Gusset jeans. Remember, DiamondLiberty.com, and you are directly supporting the growth of independent media.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother. Mainstream media. Government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Congressman Ron Paul, the former congressman, is coming up in the next segment. You've got two top nuke generals, an admiral and a general, removed. Turns out one of them, the afternoon after we broke the missing nuke story last month, now the other top nuke general has been removed. And Anthony Gucciardi, undoubtedly, our source, missing nukes, that's a real source. We didn't know what it meant. Then Graham announces South Carolina is going to be blown up when the nukes were being sent to that area from our source. Then we learned this top general was removed that day, that afternoon. But the AP says that they wanted to keep it secret, but it leaked. Now another top general's removed. And now we have all these articles about it. I mean, we need to find out what's going on here immediately. We may, our source may have stopped a false flag. This sounds like some kind of nuclear coup. It sounds like these guys weren't playing ball, or they'd still be in place.
And both of these were leaked. You mentioned the first one. The second one was their leaked email. So here's the guy, James Kowalski. He's the one firing the top guy right now. So these are super higher ups. I mean, this is someone that has the ability to fire the top nuke commander, not the second.
That's Lieutenant General.
Yes, Lieutenant General. And then we have this guy who's his boss.
It looks like an alien Borg clone. Show them side by side.
Yeah, they look very similar, and we're not saying anything like that.
It's a joke, yeah.
A joke, yes. But they look, typical military guys, and they're going around firing all these new commanders, and then get this, replacing them with this guy, Jack Weinstein. And I don't know his deal yet.
This is the big news.
This is breaking as of like 30 minutes.
Who is Mr. Weinstein?
Well, the only thing I could find is that he's been assigned to the Pentagon since 2009, so he's at their home base. He's probably kept.
And what is his rank?
He is, he's going to be now the new commander of the whole United States. But he's a major general right now of the Air Force. Now, my thing is, as we were talking off air, it looks as if they were asking these two individuals that were fired, the number one nuke commander and the number two nuke commander, to ship the nuke, unsigned transfer, which already did happen, but then potentially authorize a false flag event in South Carolina as a pretext to go to Syria. And that would ultimately maybe worked, but we blew the lid on it. And the second thing is, this looks like the second guy might have been a whistleblower as well against this. And these guys go in and say, okay, you're not going to play ball, we'll get rid of you, and put this guy in who's from the Pentagon. And the other ones might be as well, I don't know, but this guy's been with the Pentagon since 2009, and he might play ball. He might do whatever they want. He might be the kind of guy that's, just a fill-in there. They build him up and throw him up.
Oh, look at Weinstein, yeah.
Yeah, so that's
So that's the guy with all the nukes.
Yes, this is now the controller of all the nuclear weapons in the United States, Air Force-wise, that can be attached to a bomber.
And then in 2007, we had the Minot missing nukes, which they said wasn't true at first and was confirmed.
And all the people started dying. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it ain't going to be me, I hope.
Well, I hope so, too. I mean, I hope it's not the source either. Again, we can't get in contact with them. But what I do know is that all this information we have now, we're not supposed to have. It was all anonymous leaked emails and stuff.
And that's why they're so scared of leaks. It'll stop their criminal takeover.
That's why Obama's...
They're not allowed to just nuke stuff or steal nukes because Obama's God.
Yeah, basically they're saying we're not even allowed to know if there was a nuclear transfer. And then what happened when I called DIAS was really, really weird. They said it's pretty much illegal. It's against policy. It's illegal for us to even talk about nukes. They said that. And then I kept proning them, and they said they got a bunch of calls. And then officially on Facebook, they wouldn't even talk to me in person. They just said on Facebook, that didn't happen according to our website. So they kept denying it in weird ways that weren't even real, like saying that did not happen according to our official press release. Like they didn't answer the question.
The official press release was, we don't comment on nuke transfer.
Yeah, exactly. So it's very obvious to me what's going on, and it should be obvious to anyone listening.
Well, there was a big freak out at the base when this happened. Like, A, nukes aren't supposed to be here under treaty since 86.
When did you see them on Google Maps?
Yeah, the bunkers. Yeah. What's going on here? Well, it turns out, Weldon was stationed there. This is where the B-2 bombers are at. This is crazy. Congressman Ron Paul, former congressman, coming up. Anthony, we're going to be covering this tonight. You'll be there with me. We'll have more at 7 o'clock tonight. InfoWars Nightly News. I want you on this full time. I don't want to do anything but cover this, because now it's not just some secret nuke transfer. Now it's getting really scary. My original gut feeling, some weird coup d'etat type deal. Yeah, this is really serious. Thank you. We'll be right back.
When an emergency happens, you'll be left to fend for yourself and your family. An outbreak of contagious disease can happen anywhere, and the threat of bioterrorism is always